how I got to where to being here today now. But I'm sure you're also aware, in history, when it comes to healthcare, women have had it pretty rough. If we go back less than 100 years to the institutes, as they were called, asylums, women were, there were much more women in those places than men. And most of those women were either, just gone puberty, or just been through childbirth, or through the menopause. And there's that whole she was hysterical, this hysteria diagnosis that was given to women for a long time. And we're not, we have moved away from that a bit. But when we go to the studies that have been done recently, besides like a small thing, but waiting in A&E, a woman in pain, say abdominal pain, versus a man in abdominal pain. The man is 30% more likely to have some pain control and to have investigations done there and then, rather than to be told, go to your GP, or it's period pain, or something down those lines, saying that it's to do with gynecology and it's not an emergency situation. And there are also men are seen quicker as well, and the figures are quite drastic. But then if you go to like primary care with your GP services, I don't know how many people who've ever heard a GP say to them, the pain's in your head, or it's due to your period, or just blaming it on something else that just women suffer from. But just because it's only women, we still deserve to be, have it looked into, investigated, treated. And then when you do go through that process, women are much more likely to be given antidepressants or the pill. But it's the go-to medication for everything. It seems to be the antidepressants and the pill. But of course, they all have their own side effects. Even if it's just for contraceptive reasons, the side effects that come with these medications, most men wouldn't take. Lots of men have said they wouldn't do it, not like the women, what we are willing to do to our bodies to get control over them. Lots of the gender bias in the healthcare, I don't think the doctors actually realise they're doing it a lot of the time, because it's just the norm. They follow the patterns of treatment that have been used for a long time, but they're outdated, and women just have to wait a lot longer for diagnosis for whatever it is. For example, with testicular cancer, if we go to 5 years after diagnosis, I think that the mortality rates are about half of what they are for ovarian cancer. And the only reason, I know the conditions are very different, but the main reason for that is because women are diagnosed a lot later, because they're told that the pain is down to hormonal changes or the usual women stuff. And the fact that I'm saying the term women stuff just shows how ingrained it is in society to blame those things, when quite often there could be something a lot more going on. And like the phrases that are used, like man up if you're in pain. Why? Women have a lot of painful things happen to them in their life that are normal. Go through puberty and childbirth. We get a lot of childbirth PTSD from childbirth women coming to us. And you asked me earlier, actually, if that's a subject that we try and help with. And yeah, I've actually did a call back to our CEO, and she said, that is definitely something that we do want to help people with. There are actually small organisations under us that we're signposting people to. But for most women, hopefully throughout your lifetime, that would be the main time you see a doctor. That would be the main time that your health has been put into the control of somebody else. If you haven't had a chronic condition, or you've been in an accident or something, you might not have been in that situation before. So it is very frightening when you are, a very exciting yet frightening time in your life, and the control of your body, of everything that's going on, is taken away from you. And you hear stories of things happening And the actual patient, the woman doesn't find out until a long time afterwards that it actually happened because a doctor has turned, said, oh, I thought it best not tell you at the time because it might have upset you. And, if you're going through childbirth and that happens,
you're already upset.
You're already upset. Yeah.
It's already painful.
It's already upset. You're already painful, but, just because you're a woman, people think you can't deal with it. You should have the right to know everything that's going on and to be able to make decisions about what's happening to you. So that's kind of what we're trying to campaign towards, is better communication between primary and secondary care, the GP and hospitals and things. But on bigger picture, for example, I think 2 weeks ago there was a rare diseases implementation plan brought out by the Welsh Government, which was great. On paper, it's fantastic. But I suffer from a rare disease, and if you took my situation as a case study for that, it's completely different, doesn't match up at all. And probably the majority of people I know, it doesn't match up. So we're trying to bridge that gap between patients and the organisation like Welsh Government, local authority, everyone who's involved in healthcare, try and match those up and actually make their policies work for us, because they're not. There seems to be at the moment, there's lots of papers flying around. There's lots of press recently about the PTSD of childbirth, but also about the gender bias in healthcare. But what's being done about it? Nothing. We can see these policies being thrown out, papers going around, presentations at Welsh Government, but to a lady that's at home is too ill to go out, social life has fallen apart, their career's gone. How is that person going to be affected positively by these policies and things? That's what we want to do, try and merge all that together and actually make it active.